What is going on, guys? It's Forsteth back here with another game that I just 100%. And with last being Buckshot Roulette, a pretty well-known game, this game is also well-known, but for a completely different reason. I got made aware of this game due to Markiplier. Other people may have gotten made aware of it for other reasons, but the game I'm going to be talking about in question is Huniepop, which released in 2015. Huniepop is basically just Bejeweled, but with anime women in it that you can date, you can take back to your room. You can like go to the water park with them, you can go to the beach with them, you can go to the ice rink with them, and you just play Bejeweled. But the gameplay is actually really fun. Unlike Bejeweled and Candy Crush, the gems in this game move different, where you don't just have to move them one space. You can move them from one side to the other on the board if you're able to get a match in, which I think is really cool because there's not a lot of clones like this to my knowledge that do this. You can also have it where you grab a token that isn't going to match, but you can move it to where you can cause a match with other tokens. There's not really much to say in this story. You play as a loser that can't really date anyone, then you're introduced by this mysterious woman that wants to improve your dating skills, and you find out that she's the love fairy called Q. And Q wants to have it where she's gonna help you become a chick magnet and date a ton of girls. So you start the game off by doing a basic tutorial with her, and then you go around to all these other girls in this town that you're in. You meet them one by one and you get to know them, but you can talk with them to get to know them. You can buy them presents. They can ask you questions, and depending on those responses, you can get currency that can help boost your traits. It's pretty simple. There's nothing like amazing about the gameplay or anything. It's pretty standard dating sim stuff, but I did like the actual mechanics for when you do like that Bejeweled like gem matching, because that's not really common, like I said, in a lot of other Bejeweled Candy Crush type games. In this game, you have 9 main characters. I particularly like Tiffany, Kiana, and Belly. I think they were really cool. Lola was pretty cool, which was actually voiced by Kira Buckland, who plays 2B, which I thought was interesting. And then you have Audrey, who's just such a bitch.
What the fuck? Of course you screwed it up! Again?
That's exactly what you asked for! Are you joking?
Bitch, do I look like I'm joking? How am I supposed to rock around like this?
You're fucking loco! This is how I always cut your nasty ass hair!
Nasty ass hair? Ugh, don't even! Look who's talking, skank.
No, bitch! My hair isn't dried out and reeking of smoke, okay?
Whatever, ho. Why don't you go get knocked up again?
You need to turn around and walk away.
What's wrong? Did I hurt your whore feelings?
Turn around and walk away.
Gladly. At least I won't have to look at your whore face anymore. Fucking whore-ass bitch needs to learn.
I'm talking about the girls that you can date. You have to date them 5 times in order to spend the night with them. So your first big achievement that you're going to get is when you have your first successful date with a girl, meaning you pass the date. You can actually fail the date if you don't get enough of a score that is asked for at the bottom of the chart. If you fail that, you won't pass the date, but if you are able to reach that, the date will end, you succeeded, and that's probably going to be your first achievement. Then the next achievement that you'll probably get is V-Card Revoked, which is when you spend the night with a girl for the first time, and that's after when you date a girl for 5 times, you're able to take her back to your room and basically have sex with her, even though you just move Bejeweled pieces. They moan every time you move them. It's kind of weird. No! After that is when you unlock what's probably going to be your first secret character, Q. And then there's 3 other characters that are secret you have to unlock, which are Momo, who is a cat girl, Celeste, who is an alien, and Venus, which is the goddess that Q serves. There is also an achievement tied specifically to Venus where you have to spend the night with her. You're actually going to need to spend the night with every single girl if you want to get all the achievements, because you'll need that for an achievement called Alpha. Every time you spend the night with a girl, you get their panties in your inventory. Once you have every single character's panties, if you give them the Q, you unlock a mode called Alpha Mode. These dates are extremely difficult and require a ton of points in order to succeed, but you'll need to also get 5 of these dates successful in order to get another achievement, and then another 5 for the next one. A lot of those achievements that I just said can be obtained within a single playthrough, but 2 achievements that I had to do in a separate playthrough was Lucky Loser and Buying Love. Lucky Loser is when I had to spend the night with 3 girls without upgrading any of my traits with my honey, and Buying Love was where I had to spend all night with all the girls without talking with any of them. Which actually, both of these weren't as hard as I thought they would be. On my second playthrough, I was able to spend the night with all girls within 18 days. I really didn't think that was that difficult either. It required some planning, but I just had it where I did what I could, and if I failed a date, I would exit and relaunch and try the date again. There's another achievement as well called Zero Life that I want to talk about as well, which is about earning a 100% completion rate. And this achievement entails where you have to get every single gift, every single dialogue option, every single photo, basically everything with every single girl to get 100%. It was very time consuming, but wasn't that difficult. Smooth as fuck, get to spend the night with all girls without failing a single date. Again, you can just achieve this by playing through the game, and if you fail a date, exit out, relaunch, and try the date again. Overall, this game was just a fun little pastime that I feel like extended way longer than it should have for me. Even though it's only 20 achievements, I'd have to give this a completionist rating of play it. It's a fun little pastime, but having to do 3 separate playthroughs for this game in order for me to get these achievements, I don't think was worth it, and spend in total around 45 hours on this thing. But it was really fun, definitely had some cringe funny moments, and that's about it. So yeah, thanks guys.